Ditch the diet. The first step on this journey is to ditch the diet. You know that diets don't help you to lose weight. If they did, there'd only be one, and you'd only need to go on it once. But how many diets have you been on during your life? How many times have you started a diet on Monday and felt great? But by Friday, you're already getting bored and, well, after all, it is the weekend, and we all know that calories don't count at the weekend, do they? Well, you're probably in the grip of a diet mentality. Because diets encourage you to focus on food, to think about what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, and it seems that everyone on a diet thinks about food all of the time. Well, maybe apart from when they actually eat it. Diets fail because diets make you feel deprived. You feel as if you're being forced into not eating the foods you like to eat. You don't feel that giving up these foods is a choice. You have to use your willpower, and willpower feels difficult. You can't let your willpower slip for a minute in case you eat that box of donuts. Willpower involves far too much thought. We think that if we battle the food temptation using willpower, we'll beat it. But if I had to use willpower to stop myself eating that box of donuts, the thought would still be there. And we all know what happens when we try not to think of something. If I ask you not to think of a purple elephant, what happened? Yes, of course, you had to think of a purple elephant in order not to think of a purple elephant. And this is what happens every time you use your willpower to stop you having something that you think you want. It's like having an imaginary friend sitting next to you and trying to keep this imaginary friend from talking and interrupting whilst you're working. Shh, shh, I'm working, shh. But when you see that the friend is made up, you don't need to control it. And when you see that the thought of the box of donuts is also made up, you don't need to exert willpower to deal with it. When I accept that I'm having a thought, and it's just a thought, not a command, I can let it go. Thinking, I must not eat the donut, keeps the thought of the donut alive, and then the thought becomes bigger and bigger and bigger until it feels like a compulsion. Recognizing that it's you that's doing the thinking and that there are no messages transmitted from the donut. Sorry, but it isn't really calling you. Well, this frees you from the diet mentality. So stop. Take time to think about whether you really want the donut. How will you feel after you've eaten it? Choose whether to have the donut or not. If you choose to have it, then you have to accept responsibility for that choice. It doesn't mean you have no willpower, as if willpower was something outside of you, something that you could pick up from the shop when you run out, something that you can't control. It just means that this is the choice that you made.